everybody, and welcome to Plaid Stallion's ToyVentures. And I guess this is my Christmas special. And no, I'm not going to sing, and there will be no appearances by Andy Williams. But rather, I thought it would be fun to go through my Christmas wish list from 1979 and see if you guys had any of the same things I did. I was your typical kid in 1979. I was obsessed with science fiction and superhero toys. What I would do for my grandmother was take clippings from her Sears catalogs and tape them to a piece of paper with what I wanted. This episode is thanks to my grandma Elizabeth, who honestly never threw anything I ever did away. And I'm so glad because I can share it with you now. I've had this wish list framed in my office for a couple of years now, and it's just such a happy memory, and I like looking at it every day. So let's go through the list item by item, and then I will tell you if I got it or not, to the best of my memory, that is. Number 1, Mego Green Goblin from the World's Greatest Superheroes line. I was a dyed-in-the-wool Mego kid, and this was definitely me asking for a replacement Mego Green Goblin. I know I had that figure prior to 1979. My memory, of course, is a little fuzzy, but I'd have to say that I'd probably lost Gobby's boots and satchel, and I was hoping to get a new Mego figure. This happened a lot. I mean, I think I probably went through one or two of several characters. I know I had at least 2 Robins and 2 Riddlers. At this time, though, in my area, Mego Superheroes were tricky to find. The only ones in heavy supply were Hulk and Spider-Man, the 2 I didn't need. I did not get this for Christmas of 1979, and you can't blame this amazing police sketch artist job I did for my grandmother here. No, that's Steve Ditko himself couldn't do better. No, I blame the local shortage. I guess I'd hoped my grandmother would have known of some secret toy store that still had stacks of Mego Superheroes. And that leads me to number 2. Number 2 is the Mego Falcon from the World's Greatest Superheroes. This one really brings back a lot of memories for me. I think at this point, I had lost my original Mego Falcon figure. I got him about 3 years earlier, and it was a big day. I really treasured this figure. I loved Cap and Falcon, and I know that as a kid I kept him 100% complete, his boots, everything. I did not get a replacement Falcon for the same reason I didn't get a Green Goblin. There just wasn't a one in the area, but there was a happy ending to this because eventually, if my memory serves, I found my original Mego Falcon like in the garage or somewhere. I just left it in a box. So there really wasn't a need to have another one. Number 3, a new cat calendar. I'm really not sure why I wanted a cat calendar, and of course, the way the sentence is written, I clearly already had a cat calendar, but yeah, it was a tradition that my grandmother would buy us calendars at Christmas. I'm positive I got Star Wars that year. And I discovered at that time I had the exact same birthday as Mark Hamill, which was pretty awesome. Also, I'm like super allergic to cats, so I don't know what's going on there. Also, what does a 9-year-old do with a calendar? The Mego Batmobile. Again, keeping with the theme of Mego Superheroes, which I was particularly excited about this Christmas. Something had really seemed to renew my interest in superheroes. Maybe it was the Super Friends cartoon. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It might have just been also, I hadn't played with them for a while, and I started to kind of go back to them. I am pretty sure I got this Batmobile that Christmas. I remember still having it in college, and it was in such nice shape. The kind of shape that an older kid has a toy in. So this is something I totally got. Number 5, the Star Wars radio-controlled sandcrawler. Star Wars was going to creep in there. It is the late 1970s, and I was totally fascinated with the Jawas as a kid, and I really wanted this vehicle. I believe I had been to some birthday party where the kid got it, and there was just this like deep envy. I wanted to play with it, and of course I asked for it. I did not receive the Jawa Sandcrawler. I did own it later as an adult, and it was pretty neat. I'm not sure why in this list I've crossed it out and wrote Land of the Jawas, but I also didn't get that either. I'm super okay with not getting that because my friend Will got it, and it was kind of boring. I think we played with it for like 10 minutes at best, so I honestly remember playing with Will's Land of the Jawas and thinking, phew, bullet dodged. Number 6, the Millennium Falcon, although I can't spell Millennium, it looks like Millennium Falcon, and I have drawn a picture that, wow, she couldn't miss it. I really don't know what I was asking for here because I don't believe the Kenner Falcon came out until 1980, and I got that for Christmas that year, and it was amazing. But this is, maybe I'm asking for a die-cast. That's all I can think of. That's the only thing that would have been out. Or maybe I was just hoping that there was this toy of the Falcon I didn't know about. There's always that as well. Number 7, the Mego Micronauts Aquatron. I was all in on Micronaut Mania as a kid, and I was especially smitten by the commercial for the Aquatron because it was a boat. I loved action figure boats or underwater vehicles as a kid, and so this made it onto the list. And I'm very happy to say I did get this. I have really fond memories of playing with it on Christmas Eve. That's when we opened presents at my grandparents'. But I assembled it, and then I filled my grandmother's like tiny little bathroom sink with water, and it really wasn't as exciting as the commercial where they were using this huge pool. But I got it. I really liked this toy, and I should probably reunite with it. Just a quick note that all 5 issues of our magazine, ToyVentures, are now available in a bundle. If you like vintage toys, and why would you be watching this if you didn't, please consider checking out our magazine. It is all vintage toys all the time in a premium full-color format. Thanks. Micronauts Hornatroid. This was the year of the Micronauts aliens. Those commercials kept playing over and over again for Membros, Repto, and Antron. And the Ken Kelly packaging on those cards and boxes was just insane. And I'd asked my parents for the figures, and full confession, I saw them in my mom's closet a couple of weeks before because they had black cards and they were in a white bag, and, you know, it didn't take Superman to see through that. So this was me knowing I was going to get the figures and asking my grandmother for this, you know, awesome bug-shaped vehicle. I struck out on this one. I did not get it, but it didn't matter because I had, you know, amazingly fond memories of playing with those glow-in-the-dark aliens in the Millennium Falcon. All was good. Amigo Buck Rogers doll, or action figure. I loved Buck Rogers as a kid. That was one of my favorite television shows, and I never missed it. I really wanted to get the action figures for this line, but my folks, after the Battlestar Galactica debacle, where, you know, I got the figures and I really didn't care for the show, they kind of drew the line. They said, you're not getting another series of action figures. And I think this was me trying to weasel my way around with my grandparents, you know, and not trying to be too conspicuous. I just asked for Buck. I just wanted Buck. And unfortunately, there's an X on this list, and I know I didn't get a Buck Rogers figure that year. Boy, do I have them all now. But this was denied, and I had to settle for playing with my friend Jason's, which was totally cool because Jason thought they were lame. I probably got some other stuff that I isn't on this list that year, and I have to tell you, this was one of my happiest Christmases as a kid growing up, and I remember it vividly. So no complaints on the stuff I didn't get. I just think it's an amazing little time capsule to see where my head was at, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you asked for any of this stuff, or if you remember what you asked for, let me know in the comments below, or you can hit me up in our Facebook group, Pod Stallions. That's definitely something we'd like to talk about. That's all for this week. If you are new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. This is what we do every week. Until then, thanks for watching. Talk toys, not others. And if I don't talk to you, have a very Merry Christmas. Cheers.